the saints go marching in. Oh, when the saints go marching in.
The first opened back in 1975. There's a look inside the iconic Caesars Superdome in downtown New Orleans. Tonight, it's on to Week 4 as we've got a good Thursday night matchup in store. As it'll be the Atlanta Falcons taking on the New Orleans Saints. About set to begin another week of football, and happy to have you along. We are underway on Thursday night primetime. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
31-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They begin with a run by Miller. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. They'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at 2nd down.
2nd and 9.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Got a man, it's Kayshon Boutte. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
The partner that locked in man coverage out left and end up running a crossing route. Rounded it a little bit more than a slant. And he's just going to angle himself towards the right side of the field, and that's very difficult for a defender to shadow him across all that ground.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Inside handoff now, Miller. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. Shuck now to throw. And this is incomplete. Pierce the intended target there. And now it's 3rd down. You talk about this Falcon defense. And this unit, very tough to throw against. Currently 2nd best in the NFL.
Yeah, defending the pass hasn't been an issue for them. It's been stopping the run. And if they don't stop the run, they can't get back to their strength, which is guarding against the air attack.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Gets this complete to Boutte. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. Interesting decision here. Opening drive, Charles, 4th and short. You're in field goal range. We'll see what they do.
I just shake a fist at my offense and say, go get it, guys, because if you can't pick up 4th and short here, we're probably in trouble the rest of the game. Show some confidence, show some aggressiveness, go pick it up.
Let's go now. 60 Eagles, 60 Eagles. 19 Tiger, 19 Tiger.
Rodgers going to go on 4th down. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. So not only do they convert on 4th, but they pick up 22 yards in the process.
First down.
I remember in pregame when we were talking to him on the field, and he took his gloves off and showed us his fingers. A few misshapen ones in there, and now we know why, trying to catch those types of bullets.
That was a dart. Yeah, even for a talented receiver, those are tough to hang on to. Touchdown! Chris Olave, his second touchdown on the season. And the Saints put the night's first points on the board as they take the early lead. Moody good with the extra point. And it's now a 7-0 game.
Falcons nothing.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Looking to put a drive together. And London motioning left. To the air. Penix. Completes it to Perry. And to the 36-yard line. Taken down there after getting 8 yards. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So, as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for?
Picked up by Justin Reed. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line.
Penix's pass intercepted. The Saints take over first and 10 at the 43-yard line.
A first down carry now for Miller. Down inside the 40.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up second and 5 at the Falcons' 39-yard line.
Hawk 70, go!
They stay on the ground. This time it's Kamara. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a third down. You talk about this Falcon defense. And this unit very tough to throw against. Currently second best in the NFL.
And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass, but the bottom half of the league in sacking the quarterback. That doesn't make sense. Imagine if this group ever put pressure on the QB, it easily move into the top 5.
And he is going to have a Saints first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert here on 3rd and 3.
That's good for
The Saints at 2-1 now to start the campaign, and they move back above 500 with a victory last week.
And you look at their start, a win, a loss, then a win. This might be something we see from them a lot this year because when they're their best, they can play with anybody. But bringing their best every week, that's been a challenge thus far.
It'll be a Saints first down on a pickup of 13.
Well, as a coach, you absolutely love seeing your offense find their rhythm early, and that's exactly what we've seen so far. They had a touchdown on their opening drive, and now they connect here for another nice gain for a first down. This offense is moving the ball well, exactly as he drew it up in practice.
And he'll get 7 yards from the 17 to the 10 before he's taken down.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up
facing a second and 3. Ball on the 10.
10-yard line.
Chuck again. He'll get this out to Kamara. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Alvin Kamara with career touchdown number 94. He ties both Jerome Bettis and Priest Holmes on the all-time list. And the Saints have taken a 13-0 first quarter lead. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan, or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. A run for the first time with Bijan Robinson. And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two. Well, you're down early. How do you get back in the game, maybe establish the run? I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
Back to Robinson now on first down. And he works his way free all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What is it, 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they'll get to that end zone real fast.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. Avante Taylor up to make the tackle.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
Here's a 2nd and 5. On the counter, Carter. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. What do they have for this? 3rd and 11. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Backed up here. Tough spot. Needing 11 yards to pick up the first. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Perry. And he is not going to get to the marker as they stop him short at the 14. So the completion good for 7 there. And that's going to make it 4th down. On the bootleg, it's Penix. And it is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. Drake London from 13 yards out. And the Falcons take a chance, but they find pay dirt on 4th and goal.
The kick is good.
Gonzalez good on the extra point. And that'll make our score 14-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. And they'll opt not to return this, but since the ball did hit in the landing zone, this will come out to the 20. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Now, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game, but I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with
nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Dangerous spot for them to cough it up. Lucky to have recovered because when the defense got it, they were already within a shadow of the goalpost.
Yeah, and then you're yelling at your own defense. Sudden change, sudden change. That's not what you want to hear on your sideline. That means you got to run out there and try and stop an offense who has the ball in a very advantageous position.
60 Bison, 60 Bison.
Here's Shuck. This one completes Alec Pierce. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
They'll throw. Here's Shuck. This one taken in by Olave. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 10.
You've always been very good about checking my math. Am I correct? That's the first time that it's been incomplete when they've thrown it to him?
Yes, he had caught every other ball coming his way.
So they feel like they've got something really good going there, and they're going to continue to go there until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away.
Well, they finally made an adjustment there. We'll see if they can build on that stop. The Saints passing game in sync and moving the football. It's a first down.
At the 40-yard line.
They'll give it up the middle to Miller. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
40-yard line.
Throwing is Rodgers. The pass caught by Olave. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 45-yard line.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Well, that's what they have to do more of defensively, not just getting sacks, but they have to keep getting in his face, not let him get his feet set and deliver. He's been carving them up previously.
Yeah, already has a couple of touchdown passes. About time they put a few grass stains on that jersey. And that's going to be incomplete.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
The offense on third down tonight, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Now Rodgers. Johnson with a completion over the middle. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 33. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13.
1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now Shuck. Left side, he finds Pierce. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. 12 more yards there and another first down.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
And he's going to get this one down inside the 15. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Now a 2nd and 2.
Here we go, set. 60 vice, go.
And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. That play gets him 6 yards and sets them up with a 1st and goal. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
And he's got his man in stride, complete. 3 yards is the gain that time, 2nd and goal.
It's vitally important to wrap him up immediately because if you let that big guy get a head of steam up, boy, then you've got real trouble trying to get him down.
But they're able to hold him to a short gain on first down. Here's Rodgers. Oh, poor throw there, and it's intercepted. Clark Phillips has got it. And he takes this one back into the end zone. The Falcon defense has a touchdown. You have to figure with a rookie quarterback out there, you have to live with some of these mistakes, except they're going to happen. This one, though, that hurts. You're losing in this game.
And that's what you tell him. You know, that's what you drill on in practice. That's what you work on throughout time. Look, take care of the football, and then we'll let your talents come out. Don't try and force things, and then we end up with big plays like that end up hurting us.
Zane Gonzalez set to kick off.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. Now they'll go with a reverse. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And that 14-0 lead to begin the ball game, well, that's gone now. Time to regroup.
I think even up 2 touchdowns, they knew this wasn't going to be a walk in the park, and I think that's why we would see the head coach going up and down the sidelines telling his team, let's stay with it, let's keep going. It's almost like he knew they were going to make their run at him, and they have. As you said, let's see if they can regroup and get going again.
And the Saints.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
To throw is Shuck. And that throw behind his man. He missed it. Incomplete. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
Second and 10. Throwing, Shuck. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there's not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
To throw now, Shuck. He'll try and do this himself. And he's not quite going to get to the marker. It'll be a gain of 8 on 3rd and 10.
That looked great when he first took off because in my mind, there was room to run and he had the marker in his sight. But I certainly didn't expect him to close so quickly, and neither did he. They got to him just in time, and now that forced him to make a decision with his 4th down call.
This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. They'll indeed go. Here's Shuck. Pass taken in by his big tight end. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid 4th down conversion. And defensively, pure frustration.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
So this offense able to convert on 4th, and now a fresh set of downs here. 1st and 10. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. Chris Olave. His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Saints will take the lead here, the final minute of the first half. Moody good with the extra point. And the lead is now 21-14. The ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away. And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And within trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together, maybe get in the field goal range. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Looking to throw, Penix. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
And that is incomplete.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
The Falcons send out their punter as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
From the shotgun, it's Shuck. He completes it to Olave. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark it down at the 9.
It's a gain of 31
It'll go as an
yards.
impressive 31-yard gain.
First down.
Well, he worked his way quite a bit in this first half, and with good reason. You can see it there. He is such a handful defensively. Just too hard to keep him under wraps. He delivers a big play here for this offense.
The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's first and goal from just inside the 10. Operating from the gun, here's Shuck. Now he's going to step up and run. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Tyler Shuck in the final seconds of the first half. And the Saints would extend their lead here just before halftime.
Jake Moody for the
Now Moody for the PAT. He's got it as they double up the lead. This one's now 28-14.
28. Falcons 14.
Four seconds, all that remain here this first half as the kick gets away. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And with only 4 seconds on the clock, time likely for just one snap of the football. They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And this will go as a short gain on what will be the final act of this first half. It'll be Falcons football, and they trail here as we get back underway on EA Sports. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
At their own 29-yard line.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
And he'll be touchdown in the end, but a big play on that
It's
one.
a gain of 23 yards. And the Falcons.
And this is what they're going to need more of. It's the third quarter. You're trailing. You've got to come out with a renewed sense of purpose, and that's a nice way to kick off the drive with good yardage and a first down.
Hold the ready. Set up. 19 Tiger, 19 Tiger.
give to Robinson on the option. Down the numbers. There he goes. Touchdown, Falcons. Bijan Robinson, his third rushing touchdown of the year. And the Falcons are back within a score.
I guess when you look back on it, it was just a matter of time until he popped a big one like that. And, you know, at halftime, you and I discussed it. They had done a nice job on him in the first half. But there were a couple of occasions where it felt like he might wiggle out of traffic and take it to the house. Finally here in the second half, that got done.
Gonzalez now to add the extra point. He's got it, and they're back within a touchdown at 28-21.
Saints 28, Falcons 21. Zane Gonzalez set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30.
At their own 28-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. But Charles, they still have the lead despite their defense giving up a touchdown on the previous possession. And even though they have that lead, it feels like a back-and-forth ball game where they're trying to get momentum back. Maybe they need at least 3 here on this drive.
I think you're right about that, Brandon, because your game plan doesn't change. But I do believe your urgency does because of the last score that went against your team. So what you want to do now is have your own drive and try and make sure that that momentum stays in your camp.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. They'll run out of the gun with Kamara. They'll get a yard, that's all, as they get him down at the 28.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. Still needing 10 yards. Now it's 3rd down. They'll set up to throw. He'll try to do this himself. And this play comes to a halt at the 33, and obviously that's well short of the first down. 5 yards that time out of the scramble. But now they're looking at a 4th down situation. Here comes the Saints punter now as he's on to kick it away. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. And it's taken in at the 9. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game. And looking to throw, Penix. Into the hands of Perry, complete. He finds some open field here. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first?
A gain of 30. And the Falcon first down.
Play fake, and they'll throw with Penix. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A first down, a 16-yard gain.
That's the first time he's called his own number, but he's got to be overjoyed with the results. He wasn't just going to settle for a modest gain. To me, he was determined to come through with a big message to a defense that slept on him in the pocket.
So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 41. Straight ahead, it's Robinson. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Here's 2nd and 3. Again, it's Robinson. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
Here comes 3rd and the length of the football. Robinson will try to pick it up. And not only will he not get the few inches he needs, he's going to go backwards.
5 yards.
Now Zane Gonzalez for the field goal try. From the right hash, this from 53. And this one is no good. He missed it. And this will stay at a 7-point game. Well, listen, now no kick from 50-plus is a gimme, but here you're indoors in a dome. You'd think ideal conditions.
Yeah, and it's one that he would expect himself to make, not just us expecting him to make it. Over the years, my theory is very simple. The athletic ability of kickers continues to get better and better. Check their background. They were all county, all state, and other positions, not just soccer players. These guys expect themselves to be great as well. I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
Well, thanks for joining us here on a Thursday night in the NFL. 3rd quarter, 2nd and 10 coming up. From the gun, Shuck. The tight end Kelsey has it over the middle. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. That catch, by the way, number 1099 for his career, one away from 1,100.
Sounds like an IRS catch, doesn't it?
I was thinking the same thing. 1099. I'm just thinking I should be doing my taxes.
Exactly. Got to turn it in. He's accumulating those kind of numbers, isn't he?
And he will be knocked down hard, but he will have the first down.
That's good for a Saints.
How about that there? No frills, no additives, right? Nothing crazy. Just find a way to pick up the first down. A nice run right there.
Shuck now to throw. He'll let this go for the end zone. And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Chris Olave, 44 yards. And the Saints have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Moody good with the extra point. And the lead now up to 14.
Falcons 21.
The ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away. Dangerous return man showing it here.
First and 10 at their own 34-yard line.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, come get a little bit closer this time. Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
Robinson up the middle. Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. Touchdown, Falcons. Bijan Robinson with now his second touchdown of this third quarter. And the Falcons have cut it back within a score. He just bumped up his personal stats with a second score, but they still have some ground to make up.
Not terrific for today because of what you just said. They're still down on the scoreboard. But later in the year, when he piles it all up and starts to think about contract time, that's a pretty good deal for him. And I know darn well that you've got him in fantasy football, don't you?
I don't. You always think that.
I always think
that. I just
that.
appreciate that you think I'm smart enough to have him in fantasy.
Well, you are.
Thanks. Gonzalez to add the PAT.
Extra point.
And that'll cut the lead down now to a touchdown.
Makes the score Saints 35, Falcons 28. Gonzalez set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. Oh, a good-looking return set up here.
The Saints take over first and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Pretty important third quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
It's a gain of 21
That's good
yards.
for 21 yards and a first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him. But you know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's third down.
Third down and 7.
And the line to gain here is the 37 on third down. from the gun. Shuck. Now he'll tuck this and run. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
Ariza is on to punt here as he gets this one away. And he couldn't get it to check out. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback.
20-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. Now a timeout called for by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter.
First down, Atlanta.
He'll take a shot for the end zone. And this ball incomplete. Looked very much to be a catchable ball and could not hang on. Second down coming up.
Second and 10.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
They'll throw with Penix. Looking there for Pitts, but intercepted. And the Saints are going to have it here just past the 25.
Penix's pass.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
The Saints take over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Here's Rodgers throwing quickly to the flat. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. Fourth quarter coming up here on Thursday Night Primetime. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another first and 10. Here's Shuck out of the shotgun. And this nearly an interception, but it's incomplete. A turnover really would have helped him there, but not to be.
I think he's taking an awful chance with the football right there. You've got to lead, you've got to protect it, and he's taking chances putting it out there in a little bit of jeopardy.
Especially in a spot like this, fourth quarter, as you said, trying to cling to that advantage.
Yeah, that one probably should have been picked, huh?
Here's Shuck. And he fires one incomplete.
I like the call. It looked like the right time to dial up a running back screen. But this one got disrupted right from the start and ends up falling incomplete.
60 Bison, 60 Bison.
They will throw again. Shuck lets one go downfield for Pierce. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down. Here comes the Saints punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. This is taken at the 10. A nice run back there off the good punt. It's a 16-yard return. And it will be Falcon football. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. But not an ideal way to end their previous drive. They threw the interception, Charles, after they had built up some momentum and were moving the football. But something to at least build on for this offense as they run back out here.
Yeah, you're right about that. Up until that last play, everything was working pretty well for this offense. Gaining chunks of yardage, getting first downs, really making a push for the end zone, and looked like they had a nice rhythm going. Now you got to have a short memory here. Don't focus on the interception. Focus on what came before it and get back to it.
Second down and a little more than a yard here. Robinson with another carry. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1. That time they're able to bottle him up, but he's having a really nice game.
I agree with that. Let's just go big picture, right? Every back that's in the Hall of Fame had carries where they didn't gain yardage or they lost yardage, but you stick with them, don't you? When they're having a good game, keep feeding them.
On 3rd down, Robinson. And Robinson will not get there. Great defense at the point of attack and to stop him short of the first. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down. Bennett's going to sneak it. And he's going to be touched down right at the line of scrimmage.
It's a gain of a yard.
But when it's 4th and inches, shouldn't you pick up the first down? I mean, shouldn't you go for it? I mean, if you can't get inches, right, why are you playing?
And on inches, that's your favorite play, right? Don't mess with handing it off. Just go ahead and get the surge and go right up the gut.
Exactly. Create that. Just a little bit of space should get it done. You're almost able to take the snap, just fall down and pick it up. They got it there.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Here's Penix. Look at the big fella go. And finally down at the 32-yard line. That goes for a gain of 31.
That's another.
Well, this game has certainly had no shortage of offense. Both teams have been revved up from the start. And here's yet another big play. Boy, both defenses have just got to be dragging out there because they've been run ragged throughout.
To the air, Penix. Short throw caught by Pitts. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And that will bring up 2nd down.
It's a gain of 7.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
Yeah, interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. Back to the ground with Robinson. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. They'll run again here with Robinson. And able to fight forward inside the 15 to the 13. He was brought down 162 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
A 5-yard gain, and now they're set up 1st and goal.
And this is just a little touch pass. They send the receiver in motion, just kind of tap it forward to him. Now, it doesn't turn into a huge play, but they do pick up a first down, a nice, consistent gain.
They'll run with Robinson. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. A good run of 6 yards there. Gets him closer to the goal line with 2nd down coming up.
That's a great run right there on 1st down. Didn't quite get into the end zone, but now you've set yourself up for at least 2, maybe 3 more shots from close range.
Robinson again. And this time he is in for a Falcon touchdown. We are set up for a fantastic finish now. A 4th-quarter touchdown here. We're an extra point away from a tie football game.
And I know they're thinking about possibly going for 2, but I'd go ahead and kick this one and just get it back to level.
So a big play coming for the Falcons as they'll go for 2.
The Falcons will line up for the 2-point conversion.
They'll try and throw with Penix. And this is caught. And they've got the lead here in the 4th.
36. Saints.
They didn't want the tie. They roll the dice and they take the lead.
That felt like a tone setter, didn't it? Forget tying the ball game and feeling like we're just hanging with you. We're going to go ahead and push it to a 1-point lead, and that just changes the complexion of the whole game.
Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds, so really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line. Both teams working on short rest, but this has been one of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up here on 1st and 10. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
8 yards on the pickup.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.